Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to R Systems Q2 FY 2021 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Kumar. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nirav. Good morning to all. I hope you and your loved ones are safe and in good health. On behalf of R Systems, I welcome all participants to Q2 2021 earnings conference call. We have senior management of R Systems with us in this call. We will start the call with opening remarks on the performance of the company by Dr. Rekhi, followed by financial overview by Mr. Nand and business overview by Mr. Aviral. Thereafter, we will have a closure statement by Dr. Rekhi. Subsequently, we will open up for a Q&A session. Before I hand over, let me read out the customary disclaimer statement on behalf of the company. The investors are cautioned that this presentation contains certain forward-looking statements that involve risks and uncertainties. The company undertakes no obligation publicly or update or revise any such statement. These statements may undertake revision because of new information, future event, or otherwise. Actual results, performance, achievement could differ from those expressed or implied in such forward-looking statements. With this, I am handing over to Dr. Rekhi for his opening comment. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Kumar. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being part of this investor call. I trust all of you and your loved ones are keeping safe and keeping well. I urge all of you to get vaccinated at the earliest opportunity. We have also organized vaccination for our employees and their families. As on date, more than 65% of our employees have been vaccinated with the first dose, and this number will increase significantly in this current quarter. The technology companies are continuing to get benefited by renewed focus towards adaptation of digital technologies post this pandemic. The businesses have accepted this new normal and have started exploring new products, business models to convert their challenges into opportunities. I'm extremely proud of our systems team for their commitment and efficient working in these timings. With this, I would like to present an overview of our systems for the benefit of all those who are joining us in the conference for the first time. R Systems was established in 1993 in California as a software engineering company and is now spread across 3 continents with 18 development and service centers worldwide. R Systems delivers digital transformation services with new types of innovation and creativity to businesses in various industries: technology, telecom, digital media, healthcare and life sciences, finance and insurance, and retail and e-commerce. Our deep industry domain knowledge combined with our expertise in big data, advanced analytics, AI, mobility, IoT, RPA, and cloud have helped us in transformation of businesses in this digital age. We have concluded our Q2 for the financial year 2021 with a revenue of rupees 274 crores, that is $37 million. The year-on-year growth was 30%. This growth has been outstanding on the back of new deal closures, deepened relationships with our existing customers, and continued traction towards digital and technology services. The EBITDA for Q2 2021 was 13.4% as against 11% same quarter last year and 12.5% in Q1 2021. The EBITDA has improved primarily on account of revenue growth. We have onboarded more than 225 associates to cater to the growing demand. The full impact of headcount addition will reflect in the coming quarters. However, quarter two utilization has been impacted by project ramp-ups and keeping some bandwidth to handle near-term attrition challenges. Profit after tax was rupees 46.2 crores as against rupees 16 crores same quarter last year and rupees 24.9 crores in quarter one 2021. The profit after tax has been benefited by inclusion of rupees 22.3 crores under other income due to recognition of the stimulus given to us by the US government. We have a strong balance sheet with shareholder funds of rupees 469 crores and net cash balances of rupees 320 crores to support liquidity and growth. The board has approved a buyback of rupees 30 crores plus expenses and taxes at a price of rupees 225 to distribute surplus cash over and above the working capital and growth requirements. We served $33 million plus customers, including 5 customers contributing $3 million plus revenues. We have added 10 key customers during the quarter. I will now hand over this to Nand Sardana, our CFO, to provide you a detailed financial analysis.
Thank you, Dr. Rekhi. Good morning to all. Thank you everybody for attending the call. I do hope that everybody is staying safe and in good health. Let me go into detail of each line item of profitability statement. Revenue for the quarter was rupees 273.6 crores or $37.2 million, quarter-on-quarter increase of 10.5% and year-on-year increase of 30% in rupee terms. We experienced a robust revenue growth for our technology and digital services. We are quite optimistic for coming quarters and are strengthening our delivery team to cater to growth opportunities. There has been good growth from existing customers on the top of adding 10 key wins during the quarter, as Dr. Rekhi explained. Getting down to gross margin, it was 35.6% in this quarter compared to 34.7% in last quarter and 35.9% in same quarter last year. Increase of 90 basis points quarter-on-quarter is on account of higher billable days and rupee depreciation as offset by reduced utilization. Lesser utilization is mainly due to ramp-up costs on new projects and strengthening of our delivery team. Getting down to SG&A expense line, SG&A expenses increased quarter-on-quarter by rupees 5.7 crores. It was rupees 60.7 crores in this quarter compared to rupees 55 crores last quarter. The increase is mainly due to addition of new sales and pre-sales staff, increased marketing spend, and H1 visa fee, which is due in this quarter. EBITDA in this quarter was rupees 36.6 crores or $5 million compared to rupees 30.9 crores or $4.23 million last quarter, and rupees 23.1 crore or $3.07 million in same quarter last year. At percentage of revenue, EBITDA was 13.4% in this quarter compared to 12.5% last quarter and 11% in same quarter last year. Revenue growth has led the movement despite lower utilization to keep sufficient strength for growth opportunities. We are committed for further improving the yearly EBITDA numbers during half 2 2021. Getting down to depreciation, the total expense was rupees 6.3 crores compared to almost similar amount last quarter and rupees 6.6 crores same quarter last year. Interest expenses rupees 1.1 crore in this quarter compared to rupees 1.3 crores last quarter. Interest expenses primarily due to adoption of Ind AS 116 and we are nearly debt-free company. Other income in this quarter was positive rupees 24.9 crores compared to rupees 5.1 crore last quarter. Other income mainly consists of interest income and exchange gains. For this quarter, quarter 2, it also includes rupees 22 crores as a result of forgiveness of loan received during the year 2020 in USA under payroll protection program. Interest income for the quarter was rupees 1.9 crores. The exchange income during the quarter is rupees 19 lakh compared to rupees 2.6 crore last quarter. As at the end of quarter, we had total forward cover of $29.6 million with average rate of rupees 76.69 and euro cover of 2.2 million with average rate of rupees 91.91. This has already been marked to market at closing rate of 30th June. The income tax was rupees 7.9 crores in this quarter as against rupees 3.6 crores last quarter. Our effective tax rate during this quarter is 14%, primarily due to USA stimulus recorded under other income, which is not subject to USA federal tax, as offset by higher marginal tax rate in India entity after we have crossed the threshold. Net profit after tax was rupees 46.2 crores or $6.28 million compared to rupees 24.9 crores or $3.4 million last quarter. Resultant EPS for the quarter is rupees 3.86. Getting now to asset side in the balance sheet, total receivable at the end of the quarter were rupees 145.8 crores compared to rupees 131.3 crores at the end of December quarter. The receivable in terms of DSO were 46 days as at the end of this quarter compared to 43 days as at the end of December quarter. This is mainly due to timing reasons and our realization from the customer has been in line. Net cash balances were rupees 320.3 crores at the end of this quarter compared to 303.1 crores at the end of December quarter. We have been constantly generating cash from the business. As Dr. Ricky said, the board has approved a buyback of rupees 30 crore plus expenses and taxes to reward shareholders, which is likely to be completed in September quarter. Our system shareholder fund were rupees 468.6 crore at the end of the quarter compared to rupees 426.8 crore at the end of December 2020 quarter. We have a strong balance sheet to support liquidity and growth. And with that, let me hand over to Abhirag ji for review of operations. Abhirag.
Thank you, Nanji. Thank you, everybody, for being on the call. I hope everybody is doing good. We continue to focus on digital technology and digital transformation. The strategy has helped us to get momentum. I'd like to give you a brief flavor of our global operations. Digital transformation continues to be the focus for the key select vertical like technology, telecom, finance, insurance, healthcare, life science, retail, and e-commerce. Our digital transformation offering includes cloud analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, data and speech analytics, RPA, IoT, Salesforce, and these continue to be the arrowhead for our growth. On the cloud side, we work on all the leading platforms such as Amazon, Microsoft Azure, Google. We are an advanced partner with Amazon and gold partner with Salesforce, which is significant traction in this space. On analytics, we see high growth in ML and AI, data analytics, and speech analytics. We are currently serving many key clients in this space. We had 10 key wins during this quarter. The brief of few wins are one of the global market leaders has engaged our system to enhance and develop its video solution in IPTV and OTT space. Another key, a US-based leading online video platform has mandated our system to revamp their SaaS-based product on web, mobile, TV, and Roku platform. Another one is a US-based leading provider of connected solutions for enterprise customers across industry has partnered with us to develop its IoT-based service and device platform for automation industry. Another one in Europe, a leader in electricity production in Eastern Europe has engaged our system as digital transformation partner to automate the onboarding process of household using AI and robotics. Another one, a leading telecom ISV has established partnership with Europe to customize and integrate particular system.
So sorry to interrupt you, but you're losing your audio.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Now it's better.
Okay. In the Southeast Asia and Malaysian home living solution provider has awarded our system APAC to implement microdynamic business central solution to optimize its end-to-end retail business. In terms of headcount, we have added 225 technical headcounts in this quarter,
increased to 2,801, increased from 2,801 to 3,030. Utilization is decreased from 78.5 over 6.7 in this quarter, mainly due to ramp-up that we have done for various projects. Quarterly by geography, North America contributes 67.6%, Europe 14.3%, Southeast Asia 15.3%, and rest of the world 2.8%. On client concentration, top 10 client contribute 25.2%, with the largest client 7.2%. With this brief overview, I will hand you back to you, sir. Dr. Rekhi, over to you.
Dr. Rekhi,
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dr. Rekhi, over to you.
Thank you, Abhirag. As we discussed, we reported a promising revenue growth during half year 2021. And as we mentioned earlier, the health and safety of our employees is paramount to us, and we have organized vaccination for our employees and their families. This is necessary and important before moving to work from office or getting to the hybrid mode of working. We continue to invest in sales and in newer technologies, and this is helping us win large digital transformation projects. Further, we are confident of margins expansion in the half year 2 2021, backed by strong sales funnel and efficient operations. Thank you, and we are ready to take questions.
Thank you very much. We'll now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The first question is from the line of Vicky Roy, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello everyone. Thanks for taking my question. So when I see the segmentation of the revenue by industry type, I see that we are into tech, technology, telecom, health, finance, insurance, and others. Now, tech being hovering at around 50 to 60%, can we get a further drill down under this tech, as in this technology is into electronics, semiconductors, or software, etc. That would be my first question. The second question is, I have seen evolving, our systems having this product engineering DNA and now moving into digital first services. So do you see yourself becoming a key player in the ER&D space and, foray into transportation and electronic segment? So that would be it. Those are my two questions.
Thank you, Mr. Vicky. Yes, on the technology side, close to 50% of our revenue comes out of technology side. And technology, we cover mostly the independent software vendors. Now, we do not do a further bifurcation of that, but at a high level, I can tell you that among these ISVs, the telecom would be the big part of it. Then would be the healthcare. Then would be the BFSI space and manufacturing and logistics in that order. So that's the broad bifurcation. Coming on to your question on yes, you see, we over the years, our system has grown into a digital transformation company. We have moved ourselves from a legacy product engineering company to more in the digital side, And as on date, 40% of our business comes out of digital technologies to include mobile, cloud, RPA, and analytics, and all kind of data engineering and all that. So see, I mean, we are close to, on a run rate basis, $145, $150 million company. So we are not that big, but I think we compete with the biggies, even Infosys, Mindtrees, and Persistent of kind of companies. And we see that, and we have won against them. So we see that we are a key player in this market and are ready to grow faster.
That's very great to hear. Thanks, sir. All the best.
Thank you very much. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Praveen Kumar from Maitri Kiran Kumar Mehta. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I congratulate you on superlative performance. I was expecting a very high dividend because most of the companies have given higher dividends this year after the pandemic. And your earnings are good to give a higher dividend.
Good question, Mr. Praveen. We have declared an interim dividend of 250%, which is 2.5 per share in just 2 months before. And we have already announced a buyback of close to 30 crore and I think within a month or 1 month and a half, I think that buyback should get completed. So I think it's a mix of dividend and buyback we have done.
When can we expect a bonus?
Yeah, please go ahead.
When can we expect a bonus shares?
Bonus share, yes, I think if we continue to perform well, if share price continues to perform good. I mean, as of now, we have not considered that, but I think maybe when the right time comes, we will consider that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Mr. Samir Ati, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Samir Ati, your line is in talk mode.
Yeah. Mr. Ricky, congratulations on excellent set of numbers. Yeah, in the last call, Mr. Ricky, you had remarked that as a company, you are hungry for growth. Also, you had alluded to some organic and inorganic methods for achieving this growth. Can you throw some more light on this inorganic growth prospect, number 1? Number 2 is that you had remarked that presently, the way the things are, you can even double in next 3 years, and it should not be a surprise. Now, 3 months down the line, where do you feel this optimism has led us?
The person you are speaking with has put your call on hold. Please stay on the line. आप जिस व्यक्ति से बात
Hello?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Praveen, have you done or you have another question?
No, these are the 2 questions which I have asked. These are the 2 questions.
Okay, let me answer this. Yes, we are hungry for growth. If you see, last year we did 119 million, and this year in the first 6 months we already done 71 million. So normally half 2 is better than half 1. So 171 into 2 is 142, another 3-4 million kind of add. And if you see half 1 performance vis-a-vis last year, we have grown close to 25%, and this quarter we have grown 30%. I mean, if we are growing at 25 to 30%, doubling in 3 years is not a big deal, and we are definitely looking for this, and we are poised. And the way the business is improving, the way the deal pipeline is, the way US and Canada, the RFPs and the deals are happening, I mean, I don't see, I mean, doubling in 3 years is a possibility. Now, coming on to inorganic growth, we are always look for an inorganic way. In any inorganic acquisition, we look for two things. One is good client addition and good talent addition. So, in fact, at any point of time, we will be kind of working on 1 or 2 deals. But I tell you one thing, over the last 1.5 years, deals have become very expensive. I mean, 3 years before, people used to ask 1x revenue or 1.25x revenue. I mean, nowadays it is 2.5x and all that. You see, we don't want to kind of spend and take a very expensive, acquisition. Having said that, we are in look for it, and in fact, we are working right now also on 1 or 2 deals, but I don't want to disclose more than that. So, inorganic growth is in our plan, and our cash situation permits that. We have close to 320 crore of cash. So, at least 125 to 150 crore is kept as a war chest to do an inorganic acquisition. So, but we will not do a very expensive acquisition. We will do a reasonable acquisition. We are in look for some newer technology, Salesforce kind of a company, some company in Latin America, Eastern Europe, even in India also. But I think nothing is is arrived as yet.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of T.N. Ramakrishna, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. I am T.N. Ramakrishna from Bangalore, Karnataka. Sir, our company performance is reasonably okay. We also got some 2.5 rupees dividend. But if we consider many other aspects of our company's working, why no mutual funds are holding any shares in our company, not a single mutual fund, insurance companies, FIIs, DIIs, which will give more comfort to the retail investors, and it will definitely take our shares to at least on par with the industry average PE of, I think, 35. And we are lagging behind in many of these aspects. Second thing is that why we are not getting any communication from the company on the quarterly results, half-yearly and yearly results, any other milestones achieved in terms of acquisition or bagging of new orders or anything. We are not getting communicated through email. Third thing is that the floating stock is very, very less. And when a potential investor or existing investor want to add this company share, our company share, we get a message that our System International Limited is a illiquid share. This is what the message we get when we try to purchase through online platform. How are we going to address these many issues? And basically, our company share should have been at least a 350 plus level. And we are, though 225 rupees buyback is announced, it is through open tender. Why the management has not considered buying through market operations instead of open tendering, which is a really cumbersome process for any of the retail shareholders or non-promoter shareholders. These are all some of the things, and the concentration of our company share with promoters and one individual who is not a promoter to the tune of, I don't know, I think around 85% is held through by the one individual investor and promoter group. This is an hindrance for floating stock because it's becoming a illiquid stock. How are we going to address all these issues?
Mr. Ramakrishnan,
yeah.
Thanks for giving us a lot of food for thought. I think
Yeah,
God was listening to. I think God was listening to maybe your questions. In last 1 month, no, I tell you why. In last 1 month, at least 8 or 9 FIIs have entered into our system stock. At least 8 or 9. So your company,
but it is not reflecting in the transaction.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
higher
all this has happened after June 30th. In fact, all this has happened post June 30th. Probably you will see that in the next quarterly shareholding pattern, but I can tell you with confidence because I've seen these things. 8 or 9 foreign financial institution investors have joined the stock of the company, and we feel good about it. And 1 or 2 have talked to me as well, and they feel to be kind of good about it. So that is one thing I wanted to tell you.
So, I'm sorry to interrupt, but is it a token or a symbolic holding or some substantial chunk they are holding? I mean, that's what also matters. How much they are holding?
It is less than 1%.
Mutual funds. FIIs and mutual funds and DIIs and FPIs, foreign portfolio investors, how much they are holding? Okay, they may be holding 0.1% or 0.01%, 0.2%, it will not make any difference. Farak nahi padta.
As of now,
at least some 10-15% if they are holding, that makes a sense.
Sure. I was just answering to you. Please let me complete the answer. As I said that this has happened after June 30th. So you will see that, reported in next quarter. As of now, their holding is less than 1%. So probably the name may not be disclosed. But as soon as, I think you will come to know in the next quarterly shareholding pattern. As of now, their holding is less than 1%. So you see, what happens is that you are right. That promoters hold around 50%, 51%, and there is an individual who hold around 35%. So between promoter and individual, the holding is, this is something which we can't do anything. But I think the individual who is holding share is a very savvy investor, and it shows the confidence and trust of that individual in our systems. So regarding the increase in the floating stock and all that, this is something, as I said, we cannot do anything. But I think what we can do is that maybe in times to come we can consider. See, our share is already 1 rupee per share, so there is no scope of split of shares. And bonus share is something somebody just now advised also. This is something which we we will consider and look at in forthcoming board meetings. And second, your question on that the price of the share. You see, the today price is close to 200 or so. I mean, the price has increased almost doubled in last, I would say, 8 to 9 months. But it has happened with all the IT companies. Most of the IT companies' stock has doubled or tripled in last 1 year. So is our system, and also it reflects on the performance of the company. Like last year, if you notice, we did 119 million with 16 million EBITDA. Today, if you see, we have already done close to 10 million, 9.5 million with 71 million revenue. So, and we are a cash-rich company, as you know, 320 crore is cash. Excluding cash, the valuation is not very expensive. But I think, so the market has to reward us. So, but I think as a management, we continue kind of focus on the business. And on your question of intimation, I think at the end of each quarter, we send an email to all the registered shareholders. So we send that in all the quarters. I think you must have received it if you were holding the share. See, our board meeting was on 6th August. If you were holding share on that day, you would have received that email. But we keep on sending that. But I think I take your point, how to create more visibility for our systems and our system share. I think this is a good suggestion. And we will keep this in mind and try to see what within the legal parameters we can do. A good suggestion, Mr. Ramakrishna.
Yeah, I got one thing. See, today's price is 194.45 now, and day's high is 196.70. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
And I'm holding 30,000 shares in my Demat account in my name. My PAN number is ABVPR7320N. Okay, it can be verified. I'm holding 30,000 shares. I don't think I received any mail. Possible.
I will check.
Yeah.
My email address is in the presentation. If you have seen the presentation, presentation is on the website of the stock exchange and on our website. My email address is there. If you could send me the detail of your PAN and all that, I'll make sure that why you have not received it, and I'll make sure that you receive all the future communication.
Yeah, I will definitely send you the mail. And I got one more request, sir. Since the company is in the CSR field also, due to minimum expected profit for eligible for CSR, we are much above that threshold limit. We got an NGO to create awareness about the unsung heroes of our freedom movement, the revolutionary freedom fighters. and the promoters also hails from one of the major state of revolutionary freedom fighter, Punjab. So we are doing many activities. Can we get some support for our activities, financial support or financial participation for our activities? Whom to contact in this matter?
So please send me the email. Please send me a little bit more detail about it. See, as a statutory, whatever 2% of net profit, whatever as a statutory CSR, we do that. In fact, during this COVID period, we have contributed to PPE kits, medicines, and all that, whatever best we could do, but we do not advertise too much. So if you send the details of your NGO, whatever best, and we have a committee, CSR committee, who looks into that various proposals, and if it founds to be eligible, we will definitely like to look at it.
Yeah, and also we request on the occasion of this 75th year of 75th Independence Day, to spend some money to create awareness about unsung heroes, and some memorials can be built within the parameters of the CSR. I kindly request you to consider this, and our activities, I will definitely send you the mail. We do freedom fighter calendars, we do alphabet chart like A for Arvind Ghosh, B for Bhagat Singh, C for Chandrasekhar Azad, like that, and we distribute these to primary schools free in both vernacular and English language. So many activities we are doing. I will send you the detailed mail. I request to kindly consider it. Thank you. KPIT is one of the major IT companies which have supported us in the past. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Sure, Mr. Ramakrishnan. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1.
If there are no further questions, you may close.
So we don't have any further questions. Would you
All
like to
right.
give any closing comments?
Dr. Rekhi?
I want to thank everybody for joining this conference call and for their time as well as the good suggestions. We will deliberate on all the suggestions that have been made, and I thank you very much. And with this, we come to the end of this call.
Thank you very much. On behalf of our systems, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.